When did you first have a crush on me?
That's why it's nice having me around.
Well, one of the reasons, for sure.
Yeah, I'll give you that perspective from the other side.
Okay. Are you blushing?
You covered all the things.
I wanted to cover it.
No.
It's short, it's sweet. Bobby on the Beat. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Bobby on the Beat. This is our second episode, a very, very exciting episode. We are going to be talking to Brooke Williamson, an amazing chef, amazing person, also happens to be my girlfriend, life partner, something along those lines. We want to get a little sense of who Brooke really is. I can't wait. All right, Brooke. So here's a question I've always actually wanted to ask you, and I think we've kind of touched on it before a little bit, which is Top Chef, right?
Yeah.
Top Chef has been a very, very popular show for a long time. You did it twice as a competitor. One time you actually won the entire thing. What's the difference between Top Chef and cooking on Food Network?
Top Chef versus the shows that I've done on Food Network, specifically, obviously, competition shows, right? They're completely different beasts, right? Top Chef, you live in a house with all the contestants. It's almost like they take you out of your real life and put you into this mind-screwing scenario where the only thing that matters is winning. And I'm not saying that I don't feel that way about the other competition shows, but I am in a very different headspace when I compete on Food Network.
Was Top Chef more sort of dramatic in a sense? Did it have more sort of reality to it?
Oh, for sure. We didn't have any contact with the outside world. We didn't have phones. We didn't have internet. I mean,
really?
They really kind of put you in this bubble.
Yeah.
It was actually really my first experience with being on TV at all. Mm-hmm. My nerves were at their highest probably in my entire life.
Do you like the TV part of it? And a very accomplished, chef and cook, obviously that's important to you, but what about the TV part?
When I'm cooking, I'm doing what I inherently do, so it doesn't feel like I'm performing. I actually have, this about me, I have terrible stage fright. Mm-hmm. I'm terrified of getting up in front of a crowd and speaking and performing. I have since found that if I am cooking and I'm doing what feels comfortable to me, I actually don't even notice the cameras.
Yeah.
That's very different than, say, doing like a live TV segment. Live news still terrifies me.
Okay, so let's talk about Triple Threat, because obviously that's the show that you do that's most important to me, because I picked you.
I love this subject.
Yeah, you do love this subject?
I do. I love this show.
Okay.
I really do.
Well, I love the show too, because it shows how good of chefs and cooks that you guys are. But I will say that I get to see the behind the scenes of when you guys are given the ingredients and you're given the competitor and all.
You get to see us at our craziest.
I do get to see you at your craziest. I've had to pick you up off the floor a few times. Mm-hmm. It's okay. Mm-hmm. So when you see eggs and bacon, what happens to your head? Where do you go?
I think my head first goes to how do I want to eat eggs and bacon together?
So you think about how you're going to eat it.
That's the first thing that comes to my head is what can I do with these that sound delicious?
That's interesting, because you take that for granted because that's the way you think about it. But I might think to myself, how am I going to impress this judge?
I don't think about the judge, really. I think about making good food.
Yeah, no, you do a great job. Do you have a checklist in your head in terms of colors and textures and flavors? And things like that?
You got to think about all of those things at once. I also think about presentation sort of at the forefront. I need to visualize a dish completed before I start it for it to really make sense in my head.
How old were you when you first started cooking professionally?
Professionally, 17?
17. So
16, 17.
So college wasn't a thing.
College became a thing because I felt like I didn't have enough of a direction to explain it to my parents. So I went to 1 year of University of Colorado.
But you got through high school.
I got through high school.
You beat me by 2 years. Exactly. Congratulations.
I always knew what I wanted to do. So I felt like I was wasting time by going to college.
I want you to list for me all the restaurants that you have owned and been the chef of, etc.
Well, my first executive chef position was at a place called Boxer in Los Angeles. And then I moved to a place in Brentwood called Zach's, where I was the executive chef there. I left there and started a catering company with my ex-husband, Nick. Sort of exploded. And we looked for a catering kitchen and sort of stumbled upon a location that would have been a great restaurant. So we opened our first restaurant. It was called Amuse Cafe in Venice. Mm-hmm. And then we opened Beechwood, also in Venice. And then I think that's when I did Top Chef. That opened a sort of a door of enormous possibilities. We then opened a place called The Triple in Playa del Rey, and then took over this space in Playa del Rey, which is still there, Playa Provisions, which is 8,000 square feet. And I never would have been able to sort of have the guts to do that unless I knew that we would have the business, and we had the business.
I mean, you're a young person, and that's still a very thick resume. I mean, I know.
Wait, I'm not finished.
Oh.
Then we opened.
Sorry.
Then we opened a Hawaiian poke restaurant,
as people do.
Yeah, in Playa Vista, which actually is still one of my favorite spots.
I know you miss that one.
I really miss that one.
Yeah.
And then we opened an ice cream shop. I think that's it.
I think when people see chefs on television, they don't realize often what the background is. And I think that your actual chef resume is very, very, very thick.
Well, I think that's important to sort of legitimize my TV presence. I need to have something to back that up. And I don't think you can just sort of step onto TV and expect to be respected in that realm unless you've sort of been through it.
Yeah. I mean, I get asked all the time, what is my favorite thing that I do in my work life in terms of food? Is it television? Is it the restaurants? Is it writing cookbooks, this and that? For me, it's the restaurants. It always has been. I love being able to put on my chef coat, and it's like my shield from the world. Restaurants really kind of is the place where I feel like it saved my life in many ways.
Yeah.
And to this day, even though I do a lot of other things, the restaurants are still the most important thing to me. And so I'm going to show you a little behind the scenes of how I change dishes in my restaurant in Amalfi. I want you to watch this, and then I'm curious as to how you go about it. Bobby on the beat. What's up, guys? Just 5 dishes to kind of go over with you, some changes, and then a couple of details in terms of the menu itself. Salad is the Castelfranco and arugula salad. It's very, very powerful. It's delicious. It has a lot of character to it. It's hard to get, it's hard to source. The dressing is made with Prosecco vinegar and honey. This is a new pasta. So this is mezze rigatone, which means half rigatoni. So it's a smaller rigatoni. We make it here, obviously, extruding it. So it's basically tomato sauce with a little bit of cream, some Calabrian chili in there as well, so it's a tiny bit spicy, and then Italian sausage, like sweet Italian sausage. So you'll get that sort of Italian sausage flavor in there running through it, and then some fried parsley on top. Can anybody tell me what the vodka does?
Very hot lately.
Correct. It emulsifies the cream and tomato together. You won't taste it. The roasted eggplant is a whole baby eggplant. After we roast it whole, we slice it, we open it up, we cut up the eggplant, almost like creamy, smaller pieces. Then there's a mixture of mascarpone cheese, ricotta cheese, and Parmigiano Reggiano. It's kind of mixed in with the eggplant. And then there's oregano pesto on top. It also has, it's fresh oregano and also fresh parsley. And then the idea is to take the crostini and slather it on top of the toast. It's great for the table. And then the delicata squash. This is a beautiful squash dish. We take the squash and we slice it raw and then roast it in the oven into those pieces. Still has the skin on. The skin on is very edible. Last one. This is the pumpkin and roti. Inside it has ricotta and pumpkin puree, roasted pumpkin puree with those pumpkin spices, cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger, allspice. There's some honey in there as well. Then it's wrapped in the fresh pasta, of course. The simplest, most delicious sauce in the world, brown butter, toasted pine nuts, and some fried sage. If you'll notice, zucchini is off the menu. We'll bring it back when it gets a little warmer. This feels very summery to me. And this feels very fall and winter. Thank you. Have a good night. Bobby on the beat.
I have so much to say.
Well, I'm sure you do. I mean, and I think that chefs approach this kind of thing very differently. When I am talking to the staff about the food, first of all, I cook it for them and I make them taste it, of course. But I give them only a handful of things to think about. I don't tell them every single ingredient in a dish because
they'll lose it.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter. What I'm doing is giving them the salesmanship for the table. Once I'm standing at the stove, I feel like in a sporting event.
You also have that energy at the stove, regardless of where you are. You have that energy at home. You have that energy like at events. You really you come alive, even just talking about food. And you're that way sort of across the board, which is really inspiring and lovely to see.
Does that turn you on? Just kidding.
Are you?
So how do you do this?
The menu at Playa Provisions is forever changing because it's we're in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
The seasons, they don't scream at you from a seasonal sense weather-wise.
Right.
But it's really apparent what season it is with produce. And that's kind of how my brain works anyway. I build dishes based upon the produce that's in season.
I have to tell you, like, when I see you do something that you're inspired by something that I cook or taught you or something like that, it is so unbelievably nice. And like, it's like, it kind of pulls at my heartstrings when I see that, because as you know how important food is to me, and how important you are to me. Like, when I see those things kind of mesh together, it's quite something.
I'm speechless.
Yeah. Anyway, I made you a dish.
You did.
In getting to know you a little bit better over the last, few years. One of the things I really love about you is like you understand food trends really well. And so you're always on the tippity top of that, but also you love old school stuff.
I do.
And one of the things you love is a crab Louie salad, which is literally like the classic.
Give me a classic.
So I made you like a little kind of dressed up version of it. And I'm going to show you how I made it. Bobby on the beat. Crab Louie. Something old that's new again. Let's start. We're going to start off by making the dressing, kind of like homemade Thousand Island, kind of mayonnaise, ketchup, cornichons, a little lemon juice, salt and pepper. Finish with some avocado oil. Put that on the side. Then we're going to slice up some avocados, some cherry tomatoes, and let's get some fresh chives in there as well. We got some hard-boiled eggs. Let's make this salad. Slather that Thousand Island dressing on the bottom of the platter. Then we're going to put the greens on top. We have some Castelfranco and some iceberg. So we got the high-low lettuce with some red endive and some yellow endive. Put that on top of the dressing. Just let it kind of like fall from the clouds. Then we're going to put the avocados, the eggs, and the tomatoes down. A little bit of dressing right on top of the greens. And then that beautiful Dungeness crab from the West Coast, because it's Brooke's favorite. And then we're going to mix up this salad, but not for this video. Bobby on the beat. How is it?
It was real good.
I want to give a shout out to iceberg lettuce. Iceberg lettuce has really taken a beating over the last few decades, but there's something about iceberg that to me is very satisfying.
This high-low lettuce situation that also you said fell from the clouds,
right?
And like you need some height. That was kind of chefy of you, but like in a really cute way. Shout out to iceberg, because iceberg gives you all of that satisfying crunch, gives you the flavor of this yummy dressing. I love a Thousand Island / Russian dressing. I love that you left the cornichon sort of big and chunky, and so you get those bites of pickle in there. But I also love Castelfranco, and you want to slather a salad like this with the dressing, because it's about the dressing and it's about the crab. And this is a dream come true salad for me.
I love that. Yeah. So it's satisfying.
It's so satisfying.
Okay, cool. Enough about the crab salad.
Enough about the crabs.
When did you first have a crush on me?
When did I first have a? You want to?
Are you okay?
No.
I want to know, when was the first moment?
I can't do this. I'm tapping out, guys.
Okay, fine. You don't have to answer the question. When I first met you, was on the set of one of Alex Guanacelli's shows, Supermarket Stakeout.
Is it hot in here?
Yes. We're turning up the heat for you.
Okay. We were in the middle of Arizona.
In a supermarket parking lot. Mm-hmm. We were both asked to judge an episode, and we didn't know each other.
No.
I didn't even know who else was going to be there. I remember I had a blazer on. I was trying to just be judge-like.
Official.
Exactly. They were like, "Oh, Brooke Williamson," and I was like, I didn't really know exactly who you were. I had heard your name, but to be frank, I was never a Top Chef watcher. We sat down, and you spend the whole day together when you're judging a show like that. Some of these shows go on for hours and hours and hours and hours, and so there's a lot of downtime. And so I got to talk to you, and I was really impressed by you. Like, I was impressed by your food knowledge. I was impressed by your resume. We talked about your son and your family life and stuff like that. And I was like, it's always nice to meet somebody new, and you're like surprised that like you have some kind of connection with them in some way.
Yeah, I'll give you that perspective from the other side.
Okay.
I showed up in Arizona. I didn't really know much about the show. I had already won Tournament of Champions, and I think the network kind of wanted to show my face a lot more. And I showed up to set. And
I thought you were one of the housewives.
Oh, thanks. And I showed up to set. I walked up to my trailer, and my trailer said BW on the outside. And the trailer next to mine said BF. And then one of the producers came in to give me a briefing of what was about to happen. And I was like, who's the other judge with me? And they were like, oh, it's Bobby Flay. And quite honestly, I watched you on TV many, many, many years ago, but I kind of hadn't paid a lot of attention to you. over the years. No offense.
How dare you?
So I didn't really know that much about you. I didn't know anything like sort of historically about you. And we met and I was like, oh, that's kind of a big deal, right? And they put us in a car to get us to set together. And I was in the front seat, you got in the back seat, and you're like, you won Tournament of Champions, right? And I was like, yeah. And we chatted for a minute.
I must have Googled you.
I think you were currently Googling
yes,
me. We were just reading. And we spent the day together, and I kind of didn't expect a lot out of you. I knew you were, had been around for a long time and you were a known name.
Been around the block
a few times, but I didn't expect you to pay a lot of attention to me. And you really, you gave me so much sort of feedback to work with. And I felt like as we were talking about what we were eating and we were judging food together, I felt like we were really aligned on what we liked and didn't like about the dishes, which seems like a small thing. But when you recognize little things about something that you kind of don't expect other people to recognize and you're on the same page with somebody, it feels like sort of an instant connection. And then we went and had dinner afterwards, and you were so easy to talk to and so easy to get to know. And then I didn't see you for a year.
No, well, because then COVID hit.
Yeah.
And then we didn't really talk to each other or anything. And then
I remember so very specifically.
I can't wait to hear this.
I wrote an op-ed for the LA Times.
That's right.
About the restaurant industry during COVID. Mm-hmm. And I remember I was standing on the patio of my restaurant and you FaceTimed me out of nowhere. I hadn't spoken to you in like a year. And that's how you called to tell me that you really respected what I wrote, and you read my article and you thought I did a great job at representing the industry with my voice. And but you FaceTimed me for that. And I remember I sat down and was like, what? And I really, really appreciated that call, that you acknowledged that.
All right, well, let's fast forward to today.
Okay.
Nobody needs to know every single detail, but the bottom line is that we're now together, which we kind of talked about back in March, that we decided that we were going to be a couple. It just seemed like the more time that we spent together, things were starting to feel a little bit different between us, which for me personally was the first time. That's really the first time that's happened. In my prior relationships, usually I'd met somebody new and then it just turned into a relationship, and then it kind of ran its course one way or the other. But I got to know you really well as a friend first and foremost, and then it's sort of very slowly started to develop into some other thing. And then at some point we kind of looked at each other and we're like, all right.
So what you're saying is this is different.
It is very different. I feel very different. I mean, and there's all this chatter. I mean, people, listen, we live in the social media world where everything has a picture attached to it, right? And so there's been all these articles written about are they engaged now?
I hadn't heard.
Oh yeah. Okay. and look, for me, I think it's important to set the record straight for you, because I have so much respect for you and I want you to be treated that way. It's really important to me. And I love having you in my life. I did give you a ring.
This little thing?
Yes. And it is a diamond ring. Ladies like diamonds.
I mean, it's not nothing.
No, but it's also, you and I have had this conversation. Marriage is not a thing that interests us. And it's okay. I mean, first of all, I've tried it a few times. And so I'm good where I am now. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to give that to you because I wanted to show my commitment to you in general. And I told somebody on the Elvis Duran show that it was a friendship ring, and they laughed at me like I was 14 years old.
You give these to all your friends?
Exactly. I mean, we're life partners. And that, to me, that's the most important thing. Having you in my life has really been a special thing. I mean, for me, for my friends, for my family, for all of it. You're spectacular. And so I'm lucky to have you. And so, yeah, we're not engaged, but we're committed. Is that fair?
That was really sweet. And yes.
See, this is the Brooke I love. It's the speechless one.
I mean, likewise.
Okay, cool. I just want to get that out of the way, because I think it's always important, especially when there is a narrative, that you speak your own narrative.
All of those articles, they really have nothing to do with us. Only we know what we have. So it's that's the most important thing.
You and I have a lot in common.
Yeah, but I also think that you open my eyes to other things every single day. I'm never going to run out of things to talk to you about. Like I said, you have this passion talking about food.
But I love that we can talk about food all the time. And I mean, obviously, we have a lot of other interests as well. We love to travel together and all kinds of things. I'm really enjoying learning.
Life?
I'm enjoying life, but I'm learning. But I'm enjoying my food, like my relationship with food, as it pertains to you. Like, I love talking about food with you. I love going to eat with you. I love cooking with you. I learn stuff from you all the time. Are you blushing?
You covered all the things.
I wanted to cover it.
No.
It's short. It's sweet.
And is this why you made no notes about what you were going to talk to me about today?
You have no idea what my notes are.
You don't know me.
Okay. But listen, this was an important conversation, but we have a way more important one. We're going to introduce to the world America's food critic. You know him. Jimmy V.
Jimmy's one of my favorite people on earth. He's inherently hysterically funny and thoughtful and knowledgeable about food, but not from a chef's perspective.
He knows what he's talking about. That's number one. He's not a professional chef, but like, I think he missed his calling. Like, I've been cooking with Jimmy for years, and he always helps out, and he's good. Jimmy has agreed to go to some viral places and be the critic. He's the everyman when it comes to food. So let's see how he does.
I can't wait to see this.
Bobby on the beat.
Jimmy V, America's food critic. I'm really excited to be going to Salt Tanks for the first time. Another viral sensation that's famous for the French dip. This has a line around the freaking block, but I'm really, really excited to taste it. It better be good. Come on, let's go. I'm not big into waiting in lines for anything, candidly. When it's really quality, good food, sometimes you have to wait. How many times have you been here?
This is my first time, actually.
Maiden voyage.
First time, maiden voyage. Yeah.
The French dip.
That's exactly why I'm here.
Okay, Jimmy V doesn't wait on lines for anybody.
I'm Quinn.
Hi, Quinn. Jimmy.
Nice to meet you, Jim.
Pleasure. The French dip, I guess that's the classic, right? First impressions. You see the bread right away. Everybody is cranking at their own stations. They have the meat going. I mean, I'm really, really excited. Wow, look at this. Now this is exciting. Oh, I could tell right now the bread is freaking perfect. Look at this. Oh, the juice is oozing out of this. You can almost hear the crunch. And I have to go in. Sorry, I'm gonna dip and rip. Oh my God, perfect. The jus is crazy good. The onions are nice and sweet. The bread is crunchy. I understand why people wait in line to get in here to eat this. It is unbelievable. Going in for another bite naked. Seriously, drop the effing mic. This is great. I was told to be brutally honest about every food that I'm going to be tasting. No joking. Every single thing, from the bread to the onions to the cheese to the jus to these little crispy bits. Everything's excellent. I'm just so impressed. They thought of every detail. They're just doing a few things, but they're doing every single thing perfect. You're throwing darts at the bullseye. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
This,
Yeah.
you could bathe in it. How many of these do you actually eat during a week?
Every single day.
Every
I have
day.
my sandwich. Yeah, absolutely. It's
Oh,
still my favorite sandwich in the entire world.
So were you in the business at all, or is like this is like let me do something crazy and start up a French dip place?
It was like a one-day decision-making process of like my buddy called me. He's like, we have this lease. It's perfect build-out for a sandwich shop. Do you want to fucking do it? We have one day to decide. So like,
So you had the really intense business plan
Yeah.
set up. Oh fuck it, I'm just gonna do it.
Thank God it worked out, and I cannot be more grateful for all these beautiful patrons.
It's got to be mind blowing to you, right?
It is mind-boggling.
Well, good. Pinch yourself. It's real, and congratulations because you deserve it.
Thank you so much,
No,
sir. I
no
appreciate
joke.
that.
Coming back into this, that's the best part. It is addictive. You dunk, you eat, you dunk, you eat. It's crazy. It's addictive. It's great. All-time great list. No two ways about it. Sets the bar for a French dip. Jimmy V, America's food critic. See you on the next one.
Bobby on the beat. I mean,
I was so curious to know what he thought of that place.
so all right. First of all, Salt Hank, internet sensation
Specifically for making sandwiches.
on social media
Yeah.
for sure, and so he opened up this place called Salt Hank's it's in New York City on Bleecker Street, and he serves one thing. He serves French dip sandwiches with French fries or these like shoestring potatoes, and that's basically the whole story. The line is down the block every single day. We want to send Jimmy into these places that are viral. He's not going to like every single thing, I can promise you. He's a very opinionated guy. So when he says this is one of the all-time greats, he means it. You and I ate there.
Yeah, a
What'd
couple
you
months
think?
ago. I thought it was fantastic. Also, I was really happy to be eating there with you because I didn't have to wait in line either. We just walked right in.
What do
and I
you
was
mean?
like,
We waited online.
what is going on here? There's a table. Actually, we sat at the table that Jimmy was sitting at.
Yeah.
And you could see what was going on in the kitchen. You could see how much food was coming out of that kitchen. And I think that when you have that much volume, sometimes quality is hard to keep up with. And I felt like the quality was really top notch, really satisfying. I could really only eat half. I think you ate the whole thing.
I did.
But
a big sandwich,
I
too.
wanted a little bit more horseradish.
I hear you.
Because I felt like
It's rich.
It's rich, and that horseradish kind of could cut it a little bit better. But otherwise, I'm just kind of nitpicking because it was really a satisfying sandwich.
Oh yeah, no, it's excellent, and I love people like Salt Hank, a young guy, became popular on social media, which is where everybody is becoming popular these days. It's amazing. It's like he didn't grow up in the generation of like, hopefully a network will see me and put me on TV. He did it himself. He created a buzz around who he was, and you know what's great? He delivers.
Yeah, and does it so well. And there's something really to be said for social media sort of getting an idea or pushing a product in a really organic way where you make people crave it, and then that's all they can think about. And he's done that so well.
I think we've given everybody enough.
Wait, we're done?
Yeah, we're done. You like this, don't you?
I want to keep going.
I mean,
I could have another glass of wine. I could sit here all day.
exactly. Well, we can do that. We can shut the cameras off, and we can have the.
We can keep doing this.
Yes, exactly. Well, thank you for being here, and talking to me, and being candid, and being the sweetest woman in the whole wide world.
I mean, where else could I possibly want to be? This has been so much fun. I love you to death, and thank you for having me.
And then one of the things that I hope that you'll agree to participate in is I want to have something called Date Night with Brooke. It's not always going to be a date, meaning like just stuff that we do together as
Can we take more dance classes?
as a couple. Oh yes, we did do the dance. One of the things I love about our relationship is that you and I do stuff like that. Like we set our sights to do things. Like one of the things we want to do is learn how to speak Italian. It's never probably going to happen, but we're going to try.
I signed up for the app.
I know, but we have to make the effort. We'll just have to go spend a lot more time in Italy.
Okay.
And do that.
Sounds great.
And so yes, we're gonna have sort of the date night with Brooke and Bobby kind of thing. It could be anything from actually cooking together, going on a date, going to eat, in a restaurant, maybe going and doing some stuff in New York.
A little peek into the personal life.
Exactly.
I love that because also people don't get much of a peek into your personal life. I feel like you've done a really good job of separating your personal. I mean, at least from your perspective.
Choose your words carefully.
People like to talk about your personal
I know
life.
why.
But people don't actually see what happens in your personal
That's
life.
true.
And I think we have a lot of fun together, and I'd love to show people what we do.
Perfect. All right, Brooke. So, where can people find you besides at my house?
Sort of everything that I want to promote or I'm doing, I promote on my Instagram, which is at Chef Brooke W. I've got Playa Provisions in Playa del Rey. We have an upcoming season of Barbecue Brawl on the horizon, and another season of Triple Threat, which
Yes.
I'm thrilled about.
So good.
So lots of places to find me aside from at your house.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks for being here. So next week I'm going to have Chef Leah Cohen from Pig and Cow, one of my favorite restaurants in New York, and actually one of my favorite people. And I'm looking forward to listen to Leah talk about her Southeast Asian upbringing and all her amazing food. And the one thing about Leah is that whenever she judges me on anything, usually on Beat Bobby Flay, she always says the exact same thing. I need more acid, so I will bring some limes to the party. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Bobby on the Beat podcast, and of course on Instagram as well. Make sure you subscribe so you know exactly when the next episode is coming up. But I'll tell you right now, it's coming up next Monday. Every Monday at 8 o'clock in the morning, it's live. And so you can watch us on YouTube, of course, Bobby on the Beat podcast. And if you want to listen to us anywhere you get your favorite podcast, Bobby on the Beat.